Hi there, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching and listening to Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media on all of our channels and networks. I'm Mike Morales here in the armpit of the San Gabriel Valley in California. That guy out there is
Dave Dinius, and I'm in Newport News, Virginia.
Dave and I have had the distinct pleasure, actually, it's a pleasure to dissect and take a look and taste El Jefe Tequila.
El Jefe.
El Jefe, the boss. Not named after the boss.
Bruce Springsteen.
Bruce Springsteen. It's not. That's not his. It's not another celebrity-owned brand. But we really enjoyed the Blanco. It
was good.
Yeah, it was more complex. The more we let it breathe and open up, the better off we were. And this one, I love the branding, the packaging on this. We nominated it for Brand of Promise, the packaging.
Yep.
Every bartender is going to fall in love with this hand feel and the way it stands. It's got little feet. Check that out. I've never seen a bottle with little feet. That's like furniture.
That's pretty cool.
So anyway, this is the Reposado. What do we know about the Repo?
What about the Repo?
Yeah, do we know anything? Because it's a very limited information on El Jefe. We found these folks on Instagram.
Aged minimum 3 months in American oak barrels.
3 months?
3 months.
It looks darker than that, doesn't it?
Again, a minimum of 3 months.
Okay, all right. Well, that's in this bottle, it looks a little bit darker than 3 months. But what do I know? I'm not a master.
It's a minimum.
It's a minimum. Oh, you mean it could be more?
It could be more.
Could be more. I'm gonna call this a 6-monther.
Well,
I don't know. But I poured mine in my Stasel Jarrito that I normally use for mezcal. It's got a wider mouth, but
that's the same glass I got.
Yeah, I generally like using this one for reposados. I will use the other one for repos as well, but
got the boss's pour here. So.
Oh yeah, geez, you got that boss pour. I've got. I don't need a whole lot, Again, the same legs and tears that we got in the Blanco.
Yes.
It's a pretty color, don't get me wrong, and I think it may even look darker because the bottle it's etched and beveled, and so it might lend to the color a little bit.
Yeah, it might. I might give you that one.
Okay,
one thing on that Blanco.
Dave's gonna let me slide on that one.
One thing with the Blanco, you know how I said it looked a little thick in the glass. It didn't taste thick on the palate.
No, it didn't.
Which I forgot to mention that.
Yeah, it had a thin mouthfeel, which is not a bad thing. It's okay.
Kind of looks thick, but tastes thin.
Now, see, this one's got thicker legs and tears, though. You notice that? That's got to be from the barrel.
Okay.
At least I would say, wow, they're taking their own sweet time to come to sheet down on the glass.
Yeah, they are.
They're really clinging to my glass right there. Now there they come. Wow.
Wow, you got some good ones going there.
Yeah. Yeah, this is not reacting like the Blanco did.
No.
And the Blanco had very, very small beads, very small pearls.
And then Blanco had your bubbles that you love, and
yeah.
Not really seeing the bubbles in this.
Oh, well, that's interesting. Okay, there's way too much sweetness in this one. Way sweetness on the nose, and I'm gonna tell you right now, this is gonna tick some people off, but it reminds me of the same nose that we got in Sparkle Donkey.
Ooh.
Sparkle Donkey was Alex and I did that tasting a few years ago, and it was much more pronounced with Sparkle Donkey. This was a bit, again, the Blanco took a while to bloom and open up.
It did.
And we just broke the seal on both of these off camera, so it's not like we had this open for a while. But at first blush, it smells like Sparkle Donkey. Just it's got that. It's reminiscent. It wasn't because I could smell Sparkle Donkey will wake you up, man. I'm telling you, it's wow. I made I'll tell you what. If you watch that video, I made it of the reference that Spark. If you are ever at the supermarket and somebody drops a bag of sugar and you're around in the area and and the bag breaks. Okay. And all of a sudden there's this puff of like powder.
Sweet air.
Yeah. Like when LeBron James, does that with the powder and and he throws it up in the air. That's what it looks like, except it goes up your nose that way. And it's like, whoa. Well, it's like somebody broke a bag of sugar in your face. Okay, so that's not this, but it's a sweeter nose, and I
do get a little vanilla there.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure the barrel is going to lend it something or other, but this is just in the aroma. We're just sniffing it right now, folks. And yeah, this profile, I know from whence it came.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Shall we dive in?
Let's dive in.
Okay, here we go.
Let's dive in. Yeah, there's that sweetness.
Yeah. I think I said something. My descriptors in those days was like, wow, it's like cotton candy.
I don't know about cotton candy, but it's a little sweet.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, the Blanco was pretty good.
What's that?
The Blanco was pretty good.
Blanco was stellar. I gotta say, I enjoyed it. This one, I'm not even getting barrel notes, and I'm hoping that it opens up. And again, I have a wider mouth, so and I generally use this glass for mezcal, which mezcal in and of itself. What's that?
Are you saying you got a big mouth?
No, the glass has a wider mouth. It's got a wider mouth surface. Okay.
Okay.
So when you intake, it covers more of your palate instead of the shot glass has. Okay, we're going to go into a little science here. Shot glasses are small and thin and round on purpose because it only attacks one portion of your palate, your tongue.
Yeah.
And this allows for more coverage. Okay.
And you get more nose in there too.
Oh yeah. Wow. Made your dog bark.
Moki.
Yeah. I bubblegum, cotton candy. I'm not getting any wood, man, at all. Wow.
I don't know.
Retronasal, nothing but sweetness.
Yeah.
Hey, it finishes dry. But are you getting a warm fuzzy like we do with the Blanco? I'm not getting it.
A little bit.
Okay.
A little bit. It's kind of slow.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm a little disappointed after that Blanco.
Yeah, me too. I will say. Here's what I will say. Okay. El Jefe, great gateway tequila. Okay.
Sure.
I think that's what this tequila is meant to be, is a gateway to people who, and I think that explains why the Blanco was so subtle.
Right.
Because you and I, we're looking for something that got a great name. You got a nice bold bottle that's going to feel really good in your hand. And then, the Blanco was quite subtle and complex.
Very complex.
Very complex. This one is really one-sided. I'm not even getting wood. It's finishing dry, so it has to be from the wood somewhere.
Right.
But it's all candy. And it's not, if you've had Sparkle Donkey, it's not that kind of candy, all right? Because that's completely over the top. That's completely over the top. This was not. So I will say it's a good gateway, and probably a decent mixer as well.
It's probably kind of along the sweetness line of what is it? Casamigos.
Yeah, yeah. If your sweet tooth leans in that direction, you know, Cava de Oro, Adictivo, you know, if it's way over on that side,
Yeah.
then you're gonna love this. You're gonna love it,
Your girl
especially
likes
as a
that sweet
reposado.
stuff. If your girl likes that sweet stuff.
Yeah, yeah. You've been trying to get her to drink tequila with you. This might be the one. So, you know. Mm. Yeah, but I'm not retronasal. No agave. It was funny. There was more complexity in the Blanco than there is in this Reposado.
Definitely. Definitely.
I think the other thing too. Do we know if there's a añejo on this brand at all? I didn't see one.
I don't think it's out yet. I think it's in the works because they do show it on their website as there is an añejo.
Wow. I'm wondering what they're going to do with it.
It looks dark.
Well, again, here's what I'm going to tell you as well. What's trending right now are tequilas that are sweet and coming in pretty bottles.
Smooth, easy to drink.
Right. You've got, and generally they're the darker tequilas, the more aged tequilas, but you don't find them very often in reposados like this.
No, not quite like this.
And so, again, might be something that you fall into. It's too sweet for me because it brings back some Sparkle Donkey memories that I would rather forget.
Little sweet.
Yeah. But again, great gateway. I'm not getting anything. You know, it's just yeah. Let's just call it what it is. It's El Jefe Reposado.
Yep.
Look for it. What do we know on the price point on this, Dave?
This one's a few bucks more than the añejo, so we're sitting at, where's that tab?
You mean it's $3 more than the Blanco?
Couple bucks more than the Blanco, yeah. Oh. So, Old Town, $40.
Yeah. Your dog likes it, so what the hell?
40 to 50.
40 to 50? Really? Okay. Well, you know what? That's our take on El Jefe Reposado. If you've had it before and you like it, tell us what you like about it. If you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Leave us a comment. And if you're listening to us on a podcast, reach out to us if you've had it. Tell us what you do with it and where you can find it and maybe what you're paying for it.
Tell us what the subtitles do when the dogs are barking.
Yeah, I know. Hi, we have the subtitles are doing bark, dog barking, weird music. It's like, but anyway. Follow us on Instagram, follow us on Pinterest, on Twitter, on all of your social network channels because we're everywhere. Follow Dave on Instagram as well. Yep. I'm Mike Morales here in Southern California. That guy out there is
Dave Dinius in Newport News, Virginia.
You have been watching and listening to Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media. And whatever you do, tomar sabiamente.
Sip wisely.